Well, welcome back to the 510 Report live streaming 510 Report. We're here to talk about news. We're here to talk about advocacy. We're here to talk about California. We're here to talk about the FDA. We're here to talk about Scott Gottlieb. We're here to talk about the epidemic. We're here to fellowship and vape and defend our right to a less harmful alternative. So welcome everybody. I'm just going to give the room a second to fill up, kind of like being in a band, before you go on and you're kind of like standing there like, I'm just waiting for, the other bands or, I'm waiting for this room to fill up a little bit because the only people that are here are the other bands and their girlfriends. So yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome. I made the chat much smaller on the screen because I felt like people were not stoked on the chat on the screen last time, and that's okay. Hang on, let me turn this down. Let me get over here. Let me do some things. All good. I forgot to pop out the chat on my own stream, and I need to. I need to pop out the chat. Let's pop this out. Pop out chat. Hell yeah. Okay, why is it doing this? Okay, I'm sorry everybody. I'm new here. I don't stream very often. So when I do, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't really even know what I'm doing. That's how this works. All right, everybody. All right, everybody, how's it going? Here we go. So here's the story. Here's why I'm here right now and why there was not a 510 report video this week. I kind of don't really even want to talk about it, but here's what happened. So I shot a 510 report, and you guys, it was awesome. It was an amazing 510 report. It was so good. But the last clip that I transferred from my memory card to my computer, which was supposed to be about 25 minutes long, was this little like 55-second clip. It's the entire end of the 510 report. The entire end of the 510 report. And at this point, when I'm learning this, I've already been done with the 510 report for like a day. So I either reshoot the 510 report when I'm supposed to be shooting the vlog, or we just scrap the 510 report and stream live. So the decision I made was to scrap the 510 report and stream live. It still hurts. I don't really know what happened. It's one of those things that I could have easily let really, really bother me. Like really, really bother me. But I didn't. I was like, okay, that's cool. Wasted my whole morning shooting video, probably 4 or 5 hours wasted. But here we are. We've got Danielle, we've got Dan, moderators in the chat. We got Vic, and we're gonna do this. So first of all, how's everybody doing tonight? I talk too much unnecessarily? Is that what you're asking me, Josh? Anyway, so here we go. So the first thing I wanted to talk about this week, California. What? California's going insane. California's going crazy. They are preparing to roll out legislation. I believe it's official now. If I'm not mistaken, Danielle, it is official. If you could type the name of the bill into the chat or just text it to me, that would be rad. But it's an official thing. There is a statewide California flavor ban that's being introduced by 6 state lawmakers. Crazy. This is crazy. This is what crazy people do. This is what crazy, crooked, uninformed politicians do. SB 38, thank you, Danielle. It's official. SB 38 in California, Senator Hill has introduced this along with 6 other lawmakers whose names I can't really pronounce. Senator Jerry Hill, he's the champion kind of behind this. Steve Glazer, don't know who that is. Anthony J. Pornatano, don't know who that is. Connie M. Levea, don't know who that is. And Scott Wiener and Assembly Member Kevin McCarthy announced today that they will introduce a bill when the legislature reconvenes next week, which is this week. which is this week, to prohibit the sales of flavored tobacco products, including flavored electronic cigarettes, in retail stores and vending machines, to halt an upswing in nicotine consumption by youths. All retail stores. Nothing is exempt. Nothing is exempt. Let me get over here to the super chat so I can see who's Tim J. Very gracious of you, sir. Thank you so much for that. Shout out to Tim J for just being a fantastic person. Joe, thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Here's $5 for some coffee, yo. How did you know, Joe, that I needed coffee? I am in desperate need of legitimate good coffee in this house. Moto Medic, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Oh, Adam Scott Howard. That's right. Adam Scott Howard is ready to be knighted. We're going to make Adam Scott Howard. Boom. Welcome to your blue wrench, Adam Scott Howard. But California, while we're on the subject of California, that's crazy. Retail stores and vending machines. And as it stands now, I don't think I've ever seen, has anybody, here's a question for the chat, has anybody seen vapor products, or e-cigs, as a lot of people call them? Has anybody seen a vending machine with vapes in it? Ever? Has anybody ever seen that? Ever? It seems so weird that they would include that, considering it's not a very normal thing. You know what I mean? It would just be weird. It would be like California is outlawing any car that's painted camouflage. And you kind of go, I've never seen a camouflage car in California. Why would they be outlawing that? Like, why would they be so specific about vending machines? I've never seen a vending machine in California. NorCal Sick Boy says in the UK they are prevalent. I've never seen a California with, I've never seen a vending machine in California with any vape gear in it. Tolerant California. Look, I'm not defending the things that the politicians in California do, but I will defend this state until I die. Welcome, Vapor Swaggins. Hope you're still cool with having a blue wrench. That would be the worst idea ever, considering there would be no way to regulate who's buying from it. I know. Dat Man Wolf, I kind of want a vape vending machine now. Like, I kind of want one. Grim, thank you, Chadswick. Grim, I never miss a 510 or a blog day. Appreciate that. Even though it's vlog day, I don't even care. Really appreciate that. Covering up potential loopholes for the industry. That Bayhawk, that's an interesting. That's pretty spot on, I think, covering potential loopholes for the industry. And I just wonder how this bill is written, because there's always going to be loopholes, right? I mean, we're going to end up living as a vape industry in the world of loopholes. We're going to be living in between the margins of the law, right? Is there anything in this bill, and I would love to know, I have not read it. I don't know of anybody that's read it completely yet. Is there anything regarding like non-nicotine flavor, like Liquid Barn style shots? Can they sell non-nicotine, non-flavored nicotine and then sell flavor shots separately? Like, is that a thing? Oh, Danielle. Damn it, Danielle. I wish I could just get you on the damn stream right now. Danielle says that she has read the bill. It's about a half a page long. They do address shots, and it's not allowed. Danielle, thank you so much. I don't know what I would do without you. Mad Viking Vapor, I may have used the wrong info on my last YouTube review. Correct me, please. Will this affect Cali flavor production facilities? That's a really excellent question. That's an insanely excellent question, and I genuinely do not know. I do not know. Danielle has read the bill, so she might be able to shed some light on this. I have no way. No. Okay. I like this Danielle, this side Danielle chat that I have right now. They address shots. It's not allowed. She says, no, it doesn't affect Cali flavor production facilities. Danielle is saying, no, it does not affect that. Let me see what's going on over here in the super chat. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Mad Viking Vapor, thank you very much. Breeze Tones, thank you. Cat and Cloud Santa Cruz for coffee, also Flav Ban there. Poon Sauce, McNasty, you're the best. Thank you. I will do it. Thank you, man. Mike Vapes. Holy shit, you guys. Mike Vapes is here. Welcome, Mike. Appreciate that, man. That was very, very cool of you. You didn't have to, but you did, and I appreciate that. You're one of the good ones, Mike. I believe that. Dr. Pennsylvania, PIA, very gracious of you. Very gracious of you, sir. Why vending machines? You are asking for a logic from people who like to fart in the bathtub and giggle when the bubbles pop. Just saying. E-Birch. Here's $2 for vanilla-flavored garbage bags. I need to re-up. E-Birch, I need to re-up on my garbage bags, and I'm going full vanilla this time. Full vanilla. Dylan Arnold, thank you so much. Roman, really appreciate that. Vaping versus smoking for an English final, email soon. Yes, Roman, please email me that. I would love to know about that. Are you planning to come to Florida? Would love to hang. Cloud City Vapor, as it stands right now, I have no plans to be in Florida anytime in the near future, but it's just one of those things, like you never know. I don't know. Congrats on your new ring swag. Thank you, Nibiru. Appreciate that. Ethan, fantastic. Ethan, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Jacob, I'm so glad. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate that $5. So California, back to California. It affects online sales as far as I can tell. And again, it's a real short bill, and maybe Danielle can give us some more information, but it says their bill, which would also impose age verification requirements for online sales of tobacco products, is prompted by new federal figures showing a sharp rise in e-cigarette use by youths, a jump in use of the flavored e-cigarettes by high school students, and an increase in underage use of tobacco products overall. That is not 100% accurate. That's not an accurate estimation of anything that's going on right now, federally or otherwise. Unbelievable. No online. It doesn't touch online, this bill. Okay. So Danielle's saying that it doesn't touch online. It does say in this particular article that is on senate.ca.gov, it would impose age verification requirements for online sales. So I'm assuming that they are going to want something a little bit more robust than, say, click a box, yes or no, if you are of age type of thing. This is going to be probably a much more robust, like I said, verification requirement. Additionally, C. Maxon, she sent me an email not too long ago that was talking about that USPS offers an age verification delivery that's included with USPS, United States Postal Service, features as far as mailing something. You can require whoever is receiving the package to be of age and have to sign an adult signature on any vape gear. I don't know anybody that's using that. I feel like it would be a bit annoying if you're receiving the vape gear, but I also feel like that is a healthy age verification system. Sinatra Vapes, thank God I make my own juice. I think everyone should start learning how to make e-juice themselves. I totally agree. But that's helpful to us. That's not helpful to smokers. That's not helpful to the 400,000 people that are going to die this year from tobacco-related illnesses. That's not helpful for 65-year-old, Aunt Bethany, who is a lifelong smoker who just wants to buy a mango-flavored Juul, but the government doesn't want her to quit smoking. They're going to make that mango-flavored Juul really difficult for this 85. How old did I say she was? And I don't even remember her name. Did I call her Aunt Edna? Don't remember. It's not about us. It's about everybody else. We can vape. If vaping was 100% completely banned right now in the United States, I guarantee you all of us, everybody here in the chat, would still be vaping and would still continue to vape. The problem isn't there. The problem is access for everybody else. Everybody deserves a chance to quit smoking like we had the chance to quit smoking. And the federal government, state and local governments are literally preventing that from happening. So I get it. Yes, everybody should DIY because it's great and it's fun and you can make your own root beer, banana flavored e-liquid like I have, but that doesn't help anybody else. Just saying everybody should DIY. Yes, but anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to go on a rant there. Ethan Maloney, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Jacob, we covered Ethan. We covered Jacob. You can get shouted out again. That's fine. Minor, beer. Thank you. You know what I'm going to do, Maynor? I'm going to take that $20. I'm going to go buy some beer, and I'm going to drink it because I'm a free American. Are you going to collab with Wayne? I'm assuming you're talking about Wayne from DIY or Die. I'm completely open to the possibility of that happening, but there's nothing official on the books yet. I've never really even spoken with Wayne, like communicated with him. All I know is that he does Water Malone, and I love it. And I know he does DIY or Die, and I love it. I'm a big fan of Wayne, and I would love to do something collaborative with him. So moving forward, we're going to continue reading this wonderful article. Flavored e-cigarettes are luring young people into nicotine addiction that can lead to a lifetime of harmful health effects, said Senator Glazier. Surprising, Democrat. Not going to get this too political, but I'm not entirely surprised she's a Democrat. This needs to stop before we get another generation hooked on nicotine. Look. She actually said this needs to stop before we get another generation hooked on nicotine and tobacco. So she knows, I'm assuming she knows that there's no evidence that points to vaping leading to tobacco use. She knows that there's no evidence there, right? I mean, she has to know. She's the one making the rules. She's the one who says that flavored e-cigarettes are luring young people to tobacco. She knows that's wrong, right? I mean, she knows she's really very wrong. One of the mayors in my district recently asked me to help stem the vaping crisis. This article is the first article that I have ever run across that has called vaping a crisis. Vaping is a crisis. As the dad of a teenage daughter, I am very pleased to join my colleague Jerry Hill on this important public health effort. That was from Senator Portantio. And guess what? Senator Portantio. He's a Democrat too. Yo, Grim, it's me, Bootlegger Dave. Yo, Bootlegger Dave. What's up, bro? Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Oh, Ruby Roo. Ruby Roo. Thank you. Very gracious of you, Ruby Roo. You didn't have to, but you did. CASA. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to donate that money directly to CASA. Let's do all the Super Chat money to CASA tonight. How about that? Let's do all the Super Chat money to CASA tonight. Can't stop, won't stop. Advocacy. That's it. I mean, I'm not going to do any like what I've been vaping stuff. I got out my Hexome today, and that is the Squid Industries single coil tank, RTA, and this is Primal Elixir Learn with a DHD Bats tip on top. Ruby Roo, that was very, very awesome of you. Everybody say hi to Ruby Roo. If you're not yet, you really, really, really should go follow Aspen Modco on Instagram. It's just so nice when I'm flipping through my Instagram feed to just see some beautiful mods every once in a while, like these beautiful stabwood acrylic mech boxes made in the USA, made in Colorado, made by vapors, for vapors. I love that. I love Aspen Modco, and you guys should definitely go check them out. It's for CASA. Here is some more. You should try the Stealth pod system, Jacob. I'll look into it. And thank you for the $10. CASA thanks you for that particular $10. So, California. We're still on California. I don't even know if we're going to get to the FDA nonsense. Citing an alarming rise in e-cigarette use among... What? Citing an alarming rise in e-cigarette use among youth, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and the U.S. Center for Disease Control, CDC, released a report on November 15th showing more than 3.6 million middle and high school students are using e-cigarettes. That's 1.5 million more than in 2017 and almost 13 times the number of students who were using e-cigarettes in 2011. This is my favorite part. This is my favorite part of this because it's genuinely wrong. I don't know if anybody can see the description below this video, and if you're watching this video on the replay, check the description down below for some links, because there are some links in that description, including a link directly to the report, the 2018 National Youth Tobacco Survey, in the description that shows that those numbers are not the numbers. Those are not the numbers. Those are not the numbers. There are not 3.6 million middle and high school students vaping daily. It's not fake news. It's wrong news. The stunning growth between 2017 and 2018 amounted to a 78% increase in e-cigarette use by high school students and a 48% increase by middle school students, according to the report. Not according to the report. None of that, not according to the report. This is something that you guys are going to have to look into. There's links in the description. I'm going to throw out some numbers a little bit later when we start talking about the FDA. But this sentence right here, the stunning growth between 2017 and 2018 amounted to a 78% increase in e-cigarette use by high school students, is wrong. Wrong. Straight up, it's in the report that the CDC and FDA released is wrong. That is wrong. The use of any form of tobacco product among youths, including e-cigarettes, is unsafe. That's also wrong. But it's right because the report said it. The report, this really, really accurate report that the FDA and CDC did, said that including e-cigarettes is unsafe. It's for Kasa, Yo-Yo, I love you, man, and Ruby Roo too. Thank you, Lassimo. Appreciate that. Oh, John Anderson. Really appreciate that, John Anderson. I mean, that's going straight to Kasa. Kasa. We are giving Kasa money tonight. Dead wrong, NorCal Sick Boy. Dead wrong. I don't know how they get away with saying this in public and being that wrong about it. Like, continuing forward. The California Department of Public Health warns that the danger posed by e-cigarettes is not limited to their nicotine content. E-cigarette aerosol contains at least 10 chemicals on California's Prop 65 list of substances known to cause cancer. How? No. I mean, we're going to say no to that right now. The California Prop 65 list is horse shit. It is horse shit. When I pull into the parking structure at Disneyland, there's a sign out front that says, this area may contain chemicals known to California to cause birth defects. Can't cause cancer and birth defects, Prop 65. Here's a lesson just from me, just from Grim Green to the state of California. But when everything causes cancer, nothing causes cancer. You can't put a Prop 65 on everything. That's not possible. Vaping doesn't contain benzene, cadmium, formaldehyde, lead, nickel. Yeah, it does contain nicotine. But nicotine is not a carcinogen, but they lumped it in there with a bunch of other carcinogens to make it seem like a carcinogen. But there's not a doctor or a scientist in the known universe that will tell you that nicotine is a carcinogen. That is simply not true. I'm getting all riled up. I'm going full Kavanaugh, you guys. For Kasa, for fighting the good fight. Damn right. Love metal, Satan and Waffles Jackson. A, you have the best YouTube username I have ever seen. And B, thank you for that $10. Kasa thanks you for that $10. Stan. Shout out to Tenacious TX Vapes, Stan, just an all-around really good guy, creator of the Dreamer, creator of the Lucid. I don't need to introduce Stan to you guys. He just donated $100 to CASA. I appreciate that. Jonathan Smith, $10. This is some asinine report. I know, I completely agree with you. And Mr. J-Boy, Nick, thank you for everything you do for this community and industry. It's my pleasure. It is literally my pleasure, and you are very welcome. And CASA thanks you for that $20. James T43, $2 going straight to CASA. And look, it doesn't matter. You donate $1 to CASA, you donate $10 to CASA, you donate $100 to CASA. It doesn't matter. Everything, literally everything helps. I believe CASA still only has one full-time employee. I might not be that. This was as of like 2 years ago. I think that Alex was the only full-time CASA employee. They're one of our organizations. You know what I mean? They are one of our advocacy organizations, along with like the VTA, along with like the AVA, along with NBS, along with SAFADA. There's a lot of organizations, advocacy organizations in this industry, and they all need our help. I mean, that's all I can say. They all need our help. Josh Harper, I recognize you. Love what you do. Thank you, my man. 10 years. Appreciate that. It doesn't matter if their report is wrong or not, as long as they get people to vote against vape. Yeah, exactly. The government wins their battles with fear. The government wins their battles with fear, and the government wins their battles with misinformation. I'm going to drop a link down in the description that I want literally. I'm giving you guys homework today. You don't have to do it today. You don't have to do it tomorrow, but I kind of like it handed in by the end of the week. There's an article from Scientific American that I bookmarked back in 2016 that I've just been kind of waiting for the right time to really put it out there. And I think right now, with all of the lies that are going on, with all of the misinformation that is going on, with all of the fear-mongering that is going on, with all of the foolishness on the part of the FDA that's going on, it's time that people read this article, and it'll change your mind. It'll change your worldview. And it's gonna be in the description. You like my sipping jug, Mike? It's a good one. It's from the Country Bear Jamboree from Disneyland. I'm a pretty big Disneyland fan. Not sure I've ever really talked about that before, but yeah, plastic Country Bear Jamboree, and I drink like 3 of these every day. California, you guys, right? Oh, people are texting me. What's going on? What's going on, Danielle? Oh, I have 11 missed texts. All right. This is the entire bill. They are reporting. Yes, exactly. I'm going to get to that in 1 second, Danielle. I don't want to ruin it for everybody. This one came out today, insanely long, but insanely good. All right. I'm going to throw that in the description as well, Danielle. But yeah, so let's look at some of these numbers. Let's look at some of these crazy, crazy numbers. The amount of people, the amount of youths between 2017 and 2018, 78% increase in e-cigarette use. That doesn't even seem possible in 1 year, considering that between 2011 and 2017, everything was dropping and smoking rates dropping, and even vaping rates went up and then dropped. How did it go up 78% in 1 year? How is that even possible, considering that the peak of vaping, like the peak decadency of vaping was like 2014, 2015. That's when vaping was, as the kids say, going off. Everybody was vaping. Every vape event I went to was packed to the teeth with people. Vaping was a phenomenon. And I feel like that's when the youths would have been vaping at the height of vaping's popularity. Not in 2017 and 2018, when businesses are forced to close in certain states, and online retailers are closing, and brick and mortars are closing, and distros are shutting down, and liquid companies are shutting down, and hardware manufacturers are shutting down. It's interesting that that's the time that vaping suddenly has a 78% increase. But where does that even come from? Where does that 78% increase come from? I'll tell you where that 78% increase comes from, because as it's stated, and this is all public knowledge, public information, all of the information I'm about to talk about will be linked in the description below. All of it. In the 2018 National Youth Tobacco Survey, the question that's posed to the youths is, in the last 30 days, how many times did you try an e-cigarette? If they answer anything other than 0, they are counted as a vapor, regardless of what their answer is. So if they say, I tried it once, I tried it twice this month, maybe I tried it 3 times this month, maybe I tried it once this month, if they answer anything other than 0, that's counted as being a vapor. Once in the last 30 days. The 30 days before that doesn't matter. The 30 days after that doesn't matter. One time in that 30 days, congratulations. We have a new vapor that we can add to the list and bring that number of vapors up so that this epidemic actually looks real. That's unbelievable to me that A, they can even get away with that. B, that they can report it. It's not fake news. It's just wrong news. Wrong news. Here we go. Sorry, I missed some stuff in the super chat. Chris, thank you very much. Datman Wolf, let's make an RDA called the FDA. I love that. Do it. That's a fantastic idea. Nate Lowe, very much appreciated. Cali Vape Girl 11, we need to hold a countrywide rally so we can get the truth out. Don't think I haven't considered it. Jonathan Smith, when are we going to realize that the government wants cancer to be a thing? Tinfoil hat status. Here's the thing, Jonathan Smith. That's not in the realm of tinfoil hat status. That's not remotely in the realm of tinfoil hat status. The government wants to sell you the disease and sell you the medicine. That's what this is all about. They want to sell you the disease and they want to sell you the medicine. And vaping just kind of stomped around like a clumsy T-Rex and ruined a lot of that. And now they want it back. They want that power back. They need that money back. The balance of power between the FDA and big tobacco and big pharma, that has been unbalanced. It's been upset monetarily and powerly. We have messed with that. And that's why, I mean, if anybody wonders why people are attacking vaping, why mainstream media, why the FDA is attacking vaping, follow the money. It's always about money. It's always about power. It's always about the federal government asserting their dominance over a fledgling little consumer-driven industry that also happens to be getting people off of cigarettes. Standing by for call to action, 504 Vapehead. Thank you. Kasa thanks you. Tom, $50. I wish more in the industry would do things like this. Keep up the good fight. Nick, much love. Tom, it's kind of all I know how to do at this point, and I really appreciate that. And Kasa really appreciates that. And Briar Druid, $10 going straight to Kasa. Thank you for doing something. Thank you for taking action. And this is one of those things. You don't have to do everything, but you do have to do something. And Brer Druid decided to do something today and give $10 to Kasa. Slim Daddy Vapes, Kasa thanks you for that $3. Wish I could do more. Thanks for everything you do. You've done enough. Slim Shady Vapes. Slim Daddy Vapes. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you Slim Shady Vapes. Slim Daddy Vapes. I really appreciate that. So that's where that number is coming from. That's where that number is coming from, 78% increase. It's because they're counting every person that has ever experimented with a vape, even if they're not a vapor, in the eyes of this survey and in the eyes of the federal government. In order to continue this epidemic narrative, they need those youths to be vapors. So on paper, they just mark them as vapors. They just cheat. They're cheaters. Unbelievable. FDA Commissioner Scott Gottlieb and authors of the federal report pointed to flavored products as the cause for increased e-cigarette use. So you know what the number one answer was for when a youth was asked why they started vaping or why they experimented with vaping? You know what the number one answer was? They believe it's less harmful for them. Not because it comes in mango. Although, you know what? Look, I'm not going to discredit that. Sure. Who doesn't like mango flavors? I mean, unless you don't like mangoes, then... But who doesn't like mango flavors? Who doesn't like a strawberry? Who doesn't want to vape blood orange? I do. And it's delicious. And flavors are another one of those things. And I believe I heard Greg Connolly say this one time, and it was just one of my favorite things he's ever said, and it really stuck with me. But flavors is one of those things that further separates vaping from smoking. It further separates the smoker from what they're trying to get away from. If tobacco was the only option, it would be more difficult for a smoker to transition. It just would be, because it's too similar. But when you can go from horrible, burnt, death, ashtray, just horribleness to like a banana custard, that's when you see success, because it's something that further separates you from what you're trying to get away from. And I think that's something that non-smokers would never possibly understand. And that's a shame. English Paper Scent, love it if you gave it a look. Roman, I will certainly do that. I can't promise like a timeline, like don't give me a deadline, but I will definitely read it. I'm dying to read it, actually. I really want to, so I'll make that happen. Carl, $50, huge for CASA. Thank you, Carl, for doing something. Super appreciative of everything you do, Grim. Here's hoping the truth wins out in the long game. Keep fighting the good fight. I'm hoping that the truth wins out in the long game too. And I'm very hopeful that it will, and I believe that it will, because the thing is, we have science on our side. We really, really do. Above and beyond any National Youth Tobacco Smoking Survey that the CDC or FDA could do, we have actual science that shows what vaping does to you, what's inside vaping. I mean, we know our products, and liquid manufacturers know their products down to a molecular level. It's a requirement. You have to get lab tested. I know our liquids down to a molecular level. We know exactly what's in them. And that's science. That's empirical. Thank you, Carl, for that. I really appreciate that. Levi, thanks for all you do for the community. Thanks for all that you do, Grim. Yo-yo. Yo-yo, Levi. I appreciate that. Vapor Origin. Hey, Nick, can I get a shout out for vapororigin.com? Sure. By the way, that offer for a nice home-cooked Middle Eastern dinner is still on the table. I would love to get to know you. Wow. All right. Well, let's see what happens there. I really appreciate that. And sure, I guess we'll shout out vapororigin.com. Appreciate that. $10 going to CASA. CASA thanks you. CASA thanks you. We have scientific research and power in numbers. We need a bigger spotlight, though. Scott Jenkins, thank you for coming. Appreciate you hanging out, and I could not agree with you more. How could we do something worldwide for vapors? We have many, many problems with vaping in Brazil. Brazil is rough. South Australia is rough. A lot of places are rough right now. I mean, maybe we could take a page out of France's book. They are literally rioting in the streets because the government raised their taxes. Could you imagine if the federal government raised the taxes in the United States and we all rioted in Washington, D.C.? I mean, I'm in. I just need someone to instigate it, and I'm in. I am 100% in for a political revolution. Yo, Grim, let's keep the fight going against big tobacco and the FDA. We all deserve to have a healthier alternative. Hashtag Scarab Nation. Absolutely, yo, Corey. Thanks for coming out, man. And yeah, like Corey says, we all deserve, everybody, every smoker, Every smoker with COPD, every smoker that can't quit smoking, every smoker that's standing outside right now in the cold weather, shivering, sucking down a cancer stick, that person deserves the same opportunity to quit smoking that we all got. And I cannot believe that the Food and Drug Administration, our federal government, are getting in the way of that. It's unreal to me. If there was a product that came out onto the market that made a birth 95% safer for the mother, it would be embraced with open arms, unless a kid was interested in that product, and then it would probably get banned because you have to protect the kids. Protecting the kids is just the last resort of horrible people. When you have not a leg to stand on, you prop up the kids in front of you. And I mean, Stefan from Not Blowing Smoke was posting pictures and videos on Facebook of a hearing in California where little kids came up to the podium with their little speech that their parents wrote for them and just paraded their kids out as like a public little dog and pony political show. And it just made me sick. Sick. I feel like I'm turning into Alex Jones here, and we're going down a weird road. Datman Wolf, will my last play IG? Okay. You just paid me $2 for an IG follow. Wow. Well, I can't blame you for trying. All right, mission accomplished. I will follow you. Unreal. If this money wasn't going to CASA, we'd be having a different conversation. In March, the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids urged the FDA to ban all flavored tobacco products, saying that an abundance of evidence clearly identifies them as the lure for youngsters and teens to become tobacco users. So, here's my question to the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids is, A, why are you even an organization? I mean, to begin with, but that's not where we're going to go with this. Tobacco-Free Kids urges the FDA to ban all flavored vapor products, saying that an abundance of evidence clearly identifies them as the lure for youngsters and teens to become addicted tobacco users. So what about in 2000? What about the year 2000 when there were 28% of high school students habitually smoking cigarettes? What about 2002 when there were 22.5% of high school students habitually smoking cigarettes? This is pre-vaping. This is pre-flavors. This is pre-all of this. And here we are, 2017, 7.6% of U.S. high school students are habitual smokers. In 2000, it was 28%. And I'm pretty sure that there were no flavored cigarettes that were luring these kids to smoking. So I genuinely don't see how they can even make that argument with a straight face. If we wanted to take the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids seriously, the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids, this sentence should say, the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids urge the FDA to ban all tobacco products. That's what that sentence should say. The fact that they singled out flavored tobacco products and not the known killers that have been just free on the market. Sure, get them at a 7-Eleven. I could spend 5 minutes right now and I could have cigarettes in my hand. I could have menthol cigarettes in my hand. Why do we give a free pass to cigarettes? I mean, that's the end, period. Question mark. Why do we give a free pass? Why do we give a free pass to cigarettes? It's enough to make a man insane. Here we go. Yo 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 yo. Mums der Dampfer. Vapor helps vapor. Fight for your rights. Greetings from Germany. Mums der Vapor. Mums the Vapor. Mums is my male name. Means not mother. Fight, fight, fight. Much love from Germany. Yes. Fight, fight, fight. I like that. Thank you, Mumsderdamfer. Omeface Killer. Appreciate that, man. Kasa appreciates that. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for donating that $10. You didn't have to, but you did. And you know that you don't have to do everything, but you do have to do something, and you did something, and that is commendable. Where's Ron Johnson's questions to the FDA? Yo-yoy. So Shane, here, let's go. Let's head over to Senator Ron Johnson's Twitter, because he finally tweeted something in regards to vaping. I mean, sure, a year later, sure. I mean, that's fine. But he actually did, and I'm going to try to find it. Why does Twitter do that? Okay. Here we go. We're going to look through Senator Ron Johnson's tweets, although I think this was like weeks and weeks ago, but he mentioned something. And if anybody can go back, I follow Senator Ron Johnson on Twitter, but I can't find this, but he did mention something about vaping. He mentioned something about less harmful alternatives. He mentioned something about government overreach. I think that's really the argument he was trying to make, is the whole government overreach regulation thing. They are reporting, this one just came out today, insanely long, but insanely good. All right. Thanks, Danielle. Yeah, that's okay. Thanks, Ruby Real. Anyway, thanks for all you do. Where's Ron Johnson? Yeah, so Ron Johnson did have something on Twitter that I can't remember. I can't find it. I don't remember what he said, but he did. He actually did. He tweeted once. Okay, he tweeted once. There's a video on the internet that anybody can find of Senator Ron Johnson announcing to the vapors, "Thank you, vapors, for getting me reelected. I promise to fight for your vaping rights." And that's on video, and he said it. And then one tweet in 2018 for vaping. Appreciate that, Senator Ron Johnson. We'll be sure to not vote for you next time. And the only reason that Senator Ron Johnson was elected back into his seat is because of vapors, and he knows that. He knows that. Jeff Kaiser, appreciate that. Very much appreciate that, Jeff. It's crazy. It's crazy. Kids ate freaking Tide Pods, and I can still buy Tide Pods. Exactly, Erica. Kids are dumb. And I'm sorry if you have kids and you love them and you think they're not dumb, but they are dumb. Kids are dumb. All kids are dumb. I was a dumb kid. Everybody I know when they were a kid was dumb. Kids are dumb. And I'm going to tell you a story. And I don't know if this really relates to vaping, but it's kind of one of those things that kids just are going to do whatever kids are going to do. I had a friend who had a Jeep, right? He bought it secondhand. He bought it used, and there was a sticker on the Jeep that just said sex wax, right? And it was for, it's surfboard wax. Ron Johnson, was it Ron Johnson? No, it's not Ron Johnson, sex wax. Sex wax. It's a surfboard wax, right? No big deal. It's whatever. He bought it secondhand, sex wax sticker on it. It's one of those, like, every time he's like, I need to take that off. Never did. It's fine. It's whatever. His younger brother, who was much, 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 much younger, when we were in high school, he was in elementary school. One day, we go over to his house, and his younger brother is just carving the word sex wax into the concrete with like another rock, right? Just carving the word sex wax. And we're like, what are you doing? And he genuinely just looked up and was like, I don't know. And we're like, why are you doing that? I don't know. Kids are dumb. Kids are dumb. You can't hold that against them because they're kids and they're allowed to be dumb. Politicians aren't allowed to be dumb, but they are. Wife quit in February after being diagnosed with breast cancer. How about a shout out for Shay? After a year, she will be done with the fight in March. Fantastic, Jonathan. Definitely definitely a huge fist bump shout out for Shay right there. All the best to you, Jonathan, and your wife, Shay. Brian, thanks for being such an amazing advocate for vaping, Nick. I quit smoking with the help of vaping, Juice Guys Resistance, and vape YouTubers like you. Much love, brother. Brian, thank you so much. Really very much appreciate that. Kasa really much appreciates that. If we don't stand together, we will hang separately. We need to let the government know that we will not go away. I could not agree with you more. I could not agree with you more. And that's why I was so excited. My hero, Philly D, Philip DeFranco, he did a thing on vaping. I reposted it on my YouTube. I thought he did really well for not being like a subject matter expert. He knew the ins and outs of it pretty well. And I am very, very thankful to Phil for doing that report. His audience is huge. He's got a huge reach. And so we kind of need to keep that conversation going. I would like to see Phil talk more about vaping because this is a big deal. This is people's lives. You know, this isn't social justice. This isn't, any other of the myriad of obnoxious other things that are going on in the world. This is people's lives, man. This is people's lives. This is taking away liberty. This is taking away freedom. This is restricting adult access to vapor products. The government is telling me, a 41-year-old American, 41-year-old free American, that I can't buy Mango Jewels at a vape shop in California. That's not freedom. That's not liberty. That doesn't make me feel like a free American. That makes me feel like I live under the thumb of a system that is constantly working against me and does not have my best interest in mind or the best interest in mind of the 40,000 adult smokers that are going to die this year from tobacco-related illnesses. And I know I say that a lot, but it's a striking thing to say. There are literally 400,000 people that are going to die from smoking-related illnesses. Meanwhile, we've got some high schoolers that are experimenting with vaping, so we should definitely ban it. Vape will win, Ben. Vape will win. Shouldn't we have a website or something and collect all the scientific data in one place? Ninja Vapor? I think that's a fantastic idea. I personally don't have the time or energy to do something like that, but anybody else, and I will make myself available. I can be a resource for it. If someone wanted to do that, I think that would be fantastic. I know Danielle does. I know a lot of advocates probably have 8 quadrillion bookmarks with 8 quadrillion different studies and news stories and doctors and interviews and things like this that we could all to contribute to it. Sorry, I got off track and I'm sorry. Thank you. Yep. Tim J. Heart doctor told me that there are studies showing vaping is no better than smoking. He's wrong. He said bad chemicals. I asked where. I told him to read the Royal College of Physicians study, contacted patient rights. Absolutely, as you should, Tim. As you should. A doctor telling you that vaping is no better than smoking is doing a great, great disservice to public health and a great disservice to you as a patient. Clay, best wishes from Canada. Thank you so much. Jacob, fed up with all the fake news of vaping. I repetitively see articles on Facebook about diacetyl. Really grinds my gears. Are they really still talking about diacetyl? Is that a frequent topic of discussion? They know that they know popcorn lung isn't a thing in vapors or in smokers, and that the industry essentially self-regulated diacetyl out of all of our recipes over the last 2 years. Vape will win, Ben. Vape will win. Thank you. That's very gracious of you. Thanks, Grim. I say if they give people the right to continue buying cigarettes, then we should continue to have the same rights towards vaping. Yo-yoy. Damn right. Damn right. Damn, that's good. Well done. Belly Beam, thank you so much for that $20 going to Kasahe. Nick, thank you for everything that you're doing. You inspired me to create my own YouTube channel and help my fellow Brazilian vapors. Could you shout them out? Much love, bro. You're awesome. Absolutely. On behalf of Belly Beam, we're shouting out every single Brazilian vapor in the country of Brazil right now. Appreciate that. Dysfunctional Ginger Grim, I look up to you, good sir. I swear I shout you out and mention stuff you say every time I go live on IG. Keep up the amazing work. No, you keep up the amazing work. And again, you don't have to do everything, but you have to do something. Dysfunctional Ginger did something today, and you should be proud. Anybody that donated money today, you should hold your head up a little bit higher because you did something to help out vaping, and you did something to help out our vaping rights. Have you seen the BS from Missing in MN? It's the same scare tactics as Cali. Don't look it up if you're easily annoyed. I am easily annoyed, especially when it comes to vaping stuff. I am easily annoyed when it comes to vaping stuff. And don't forget, you guys, I'm going to have a ton of links down in the description. This is only going for an hour tonight. I wanted to get to more topics, but it seems that we're just going to be angry at California tonight. Menthol candy and fruit-flavored tobacco products are a key part of the tobacco industry's strategy to bait the youth into becoming tomorrow's addicts. Yeah. Well, that's wrong. I mean, look, that's just wrong. That's just lie. That's someone just making shit up. That's really all that is. There's no truth to that statement. Yeah, we want to bait the youth into becoming tomorrow's addicts. Yeah, we want to get the youths addicted to nicotine. That's our favorite. Forget about getting them to quit smoking, because when I was in 8th grade and I was smoking cigarettes, I would have loved a Juul. But I didn't discover a Juul for 15 years later. Maybe longer, 20 years later. Holy shit. It's unbelievable. So here, let's this bill. We're gonna end up with this. We're gonna finish with this bill in California. Once again, thank you everybody for coming out. Thank you for giving a shit about advocacy. To anybody that donated, you are all my heroes now. You all did something for vaping tonight, and I appreciate that. Prove the epidemic, eBirch. Hashtag prove the epidemic. Steve, the FDA butthurt they did not embrace vaping at its inception and made it a pharma product. If that happened, they would be praising vaping as a huge success. Exactly, they would. They tried to make it a pharmaceutical product, Steve, and I don't have enough time right now to tell this whole story. But before it was a tobacco product, before Judge Leon and the Supreme Court ruled that vapor products were tobacco products, they were close to becoming new pharmaceutical drug delivery devices. If that had happened, I wouldn't be here right now. We wouldn't have a stig. We would have nothing. Vaping would have been decimated. And I mean, not just decimated, but like erased off the history books. Decimated. And then Big Pharma would come out with their vape pen, and then that would be their Big Pharma NRT product. Thankfully, it didn't go that way, and thankfully, we're still here. Dylan, appreciate that. Mumsderdamfer found some more. Oh, I don't need it. Kasa needs it, but thank you, Mums. Appreciate that. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I absolutely agree with you, Paul. Thank you so much. Aaron, vaping gave me freedom from smoking. Sorry, I'm hiccuping and burping at the same time, which means it's been an hour, and which means I'm going to wrap up this live 510 report. I really like this. I really love the live format. I wasn't planning on having a live 510 report this week. This week was supposed to be a little, I think it was going to end up being like 13 or 14 minute long 510 report that covered not only this bill in California that's coming out, but also a lot more stuff that's coming out. But with that said, I really like the live 510 report. I really, really do a lot. I almost like it more than the pre-taped 510 report, but that's a discussion to have for another day. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Thank you for giving a shit. For Kasa, keep the fight going, everybody. Damn right, Zach. Thank you, Zach. I hope the chat on the screen wasn't too annoying. I went back and watched the stream from last week, and everyone was like, hey, can you take the chat down off the screen? And I missed it. I didn't see it. I try to get into the chat as much as I can, but I miss a lot of stuff. I saw that JBC was here. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. And don't forget, everybody, let's take an example from Adam Scott Howard. Let's all smash that like button. Just, if you would please, smash it. You don't even need to smash it. In fact, I want you to do the lightest possible touch on the like button, just a little click, just click, just the lightest little feather touch. It makes it go through actually a little bit faster. If you want to hit that like button, that would be just fantastic. Dylan Grimm, your voice in itself is a godsend to so many. You're a special kind of person. Well, Dylan, I really appreciate that. At the end of the day, I'm just a guy in a hat that really likes vaping. This is my job. This is all I know how to do, is defend vaping. And I can't not be an advocate. I just can't. I can't ignore it. I couldn't possibly benefit from the vaping industry and benefit from the vaping community, in that this is my job and vaping allows me to be here and vaping allows me to have a roof over my head. I couldn't possibly benefit from vaping and then not spend all my other time defending it. I think it's an obligation for vapers to defend vaping, because no one's going to do it for us. We are literally on our own, and we are defending ourselves against tyrants in the government. Scott Gottlieb and the FDA are tyrants. Jerry Hill in California is a tyrant. And I can't stand it. Can't stand it. Gregory, congratulations on your marriage. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Kasa is making out like bandits tonight. Bandits. Once again, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thank you for listening. Thank you for giving a shit. Maybe we'll do this again. I have no idea. I'm planning on doing a normal 510 report like normal next week. Everything should be back to normal. Everything should be back to normal, and I'm going to end this 510 report live stream like I end all of my 510 reports. All of this money tonight is going to CASA. If you're not aware, go to CASA.org. It's free. It's easy to sign up. All you need is an email. They send you calls to action. So if you need to know about possible upcoming bad vape legislation like California, that's happening in your particular city, state, or area, then join CASA. Like I said, all you need is an email. Yeah, please share what CASA. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll talk about it. I'll talk about it at some point. One more Yo-Yo shout out to all my Yo-Yo Cool Kids Club members. Thank you all for taking a break from the vlog to come hang out on the live stream. Yeah, my patrons they're already watching the vlog. Already watching the vlog. Kind of makes you want to be a patron now. Just kidding. No pressure. Anyway, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Thank you, everybody, so much. $50, Gregory. Appreciate that. Adrian, $10. Keep fighting the good fight. Be our spear. I will be whatever the vape community needs me to be. My loyalty is literally only to the community. I have no loyalties. Everybody else can F off except the vape community. That's all I care about. Knockdown T-Dog, I got married on your birthday? That's awesome. That is awesome. Aloha, Kevin. Okay, so this is where we're going to end it. This is where we're going to end this 510 report. And I know I said that a few times already, but thank you. Thank you, everybody. I'm not used to this streaming thing. I hope I'm getting better at it. I'm doing my best, and I appreciate you all hanging in there with me. I am going to go relax for the first time today. I think I'm going to sit on my couch and watch a Christmas movie. So anyway, very much appreciated. Huge shout out to all of the Yo-Yo Cool Kids Club that were moderators tonight. Shout out to Danielle. Shout out to anybody that donated money tonight. You did good. You did good, and I'm proud of you, and I appreciate it. So with that said, good night, and remember, buddy. Thanks, Michelle Lynn. Buddy. Remember that you don't have to do everything, but you do have to do something. Let's get involved.